Lucy Feliciano's family and friends are obviously devastated by their loss, but perhaps even more so in knowing that maybe something could have been done to prevent the fire. They invited us to a vigil last night where loved ones put candles in the snow and carried signs, some with photos of Feliciano, who was a mother of 9. Others listed some of the code violations that were found in the house where she died. Now, Feliciano's family tells us she had only just moved into 110 Bedoin Street 2 weeks prior to the fire. Her nephew says 1 week before the fire, Feliciano asked him if she could shower at his house because her building didn't have heat or water. Those are just 2 of the violations discovered by a city inspector when he came out to the building 3 days before it caught fire. That inspector issued an intent to condemn the property, but the house burned down a few days later before the inspection report was ever filed. Feliciano's family blames the landlord for her death.
We want justice. Justice is put him in jail for arresting his life what he did to my girl. She don't deserve to die like this.
She take care of me, she take care of my kids, she take care of all of us in here. And she was a happy mother, you know, she always in a row, being happy, and everybody liked her.
And we still don't know the exact cause of Feliciano's death, nor do we know what started the fire. But Feliciano's family and many of our viewers are wondering why the city didn't immediately shut down that building after the inspector found so many violations. We'll have the answer to that in 30 minutes. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Julianne Lima, Eyewitness News. The house burned down just 3 days after a city inspector issued an intent to condemn the property. However, following standard protocol, the building wasn't immediately evacuated after that report was written. The Target 12 investigators obtained these photos from firefighters taken inside 110 Bedoin Street days before it burned to the ground. A city inspector issued an intent to condemn the property after he found debris on every floor of the house and no heat or running water. When Eyewitness News spoke to the building's landlord, he denied those claims and said the fire did not start at his property, although investigators say it did.
You all are just ignorant and you don't understand. Every house they have violation. What's the cause of the fire?
There was no heat and there was no running water. So we don't speculate, but all those things, you know, how was heat being provided? Was the electrical source, you know, safe? All those things are being considered.
And we asked why the building wasn't immediately shut down after the city inspector wrote that report. A city spokesperson gave us this statement saying during that visit the inspector noted numerous violations, but he did not observe any conditions presenting an imminent danger of fire or collapse to warrant immediate evacuation of the building. He went on to write, property owners are entitled to due process. Typically they're given a 24 to 72 hour window to address violations. As always, the city takes these matters very seriously and will continue to address them if and when they arise. Now, 49-year-old Lucy Feliciano died in that fire. Law enforcement officials tell us they won't know if anyone is criminally responsible for her death until after the cause of the fire is determined. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Julianne Lima, Eyewitness News.